We're doing practice exercise 15.13 remove all. So we want to write a method called remove all. It's going to take an integer value as its parameter and remove all occurrences of that value from our list. We can assume that a method called remove exists, and it also takes an index as its parameter and removes the value at that index. So let's get started. What it's talking about after we go through this example is that we have a class right here and we have another method called remove inside of here, and like it said earlier, remove is a method that takes an index as parameter and removes the value at that index. So maybe we'll use that in our current method right here. Our method is going to be a public. It's just removing, modifying, right, not printing anything out, so it's going to be void remove all, and it's going to take an integer n, or we'll just say value, as its parameter. And now inside of here, what we want to do is look at this entire list, which is going to be our element data, and see if this value exists in here. If it does, we want to remove it. So let's do a for int a is equal to 0. We're going to want to run this as long as our a is less than size, and a++ to increment through this. Now inside of this for loop, we want to, well, first see if the value at a is something that we want to remove. So let's do a check. If our element data at a is equal to our value, then we want to call our remove method. So we're going to say remove. We are going to want to pass in our current index, which is going to be the a value, right? It takes an index. It's going to then remove it from the list, and it says that up here. Index is parameter and removes the value from the given index. So we're going to remove a. Now if we remove this, what we're going to have to do afterwards is this should increment or decrement down one, and that's because if we just do a++, let's say we remove this 14 right here. If we remove this 14, well, then 7 is going to take the place of this. And from here, we're going to jump to the next one, meaning we check this 7, but not this place. So we have to go back one to go forward to check that new one that falls into the place of the other one that just got removed. So we're going to have an a - here. That's going to be our remove. We can close our for loop and close our method. Nothing else needs to be adjusted here. We can just submit it off of that. If you have any questions, as always, leave them in the comments below while we wait for this to run. And that passes 9 out of 9 tests. If you want more practice, they're in the playlist link below the like button.